Pandemic babies, why do they have a stunted development? Babies born within the pandemic's first year are intellectually and cognitively behind their peers, and it's not because of the virus. This is the shocking conclusion of a large new study published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics that looked at 255 kids delivered in a New York hospital between March and December 2020. At the age of 6 months, pandemic newborns scored lower than pre-pandemic babies on screening measures of gross motor, fine motor, and social skills. However, regardless of how severe the infection was, whether or not the mother received COVID during her pregnancy had no effect on the baby's growth. So, if the virus wasn't to blame for the harm, what was it? To learn more, we asked Dr. Dani Dumitriu, co-author of the study and a pediatrician at Columbia University. She points out that, while the scores of pandemic babies were only marginally lower, these average disparities could have long-term consequences for an entire generation. While scientists had expected only babies whose mothers had caught COVID to be affected, this finding, according to Dr. Dumitriu, points to a potential impact on the neurodevelopment of infants born during the pandemic irrespective of maternal infection, which, if replicated, would translate to a potential impact on hundreds of millions of children born since the pandemic's onset, with significant public health implications. In most circumstances, these implications will not be noticeable, rather, they will manifest themselves at the extremes. This is because modest changes in average scores of hundreds of millions could result in the failure rates doubling, tripling, quadrupling, or more. To put it another way, more newborns on the lower end of the development spectrum would now be pushed below the threshold of failing the screening tests for babies their age. Their generation will have a higher percentage of subnormal people who are unable to operate in society. After only a few months of life, pandemic newborns are already behind. And, given that the influence on babies appears to have been environmental, wouldn't we expect older adolescents and teens, who were not protected from pandemic life by a uterus, to have slowed down even more? The answer is, unfortunately, yes. We do expect the concept of pandemic-induced effect on infant development to transfer to subsequent developmental stages, Dr. Dumitriu says, and indeed, there is some evidence in the literature that this is already happening. This comes as no surprise. After all, it is the youth who have been blamed for the problem. They've been forced to swaddle their faces in swampy cloth for half the day, and they've been urged to get immunizations so that their grandmothers don't die. Some teenagers and young adults continue to work and study from home, enduring lengthy Zoom meetings as a form of slow-motion psychological torture. All of this for a virus that poses very little risk to them. But it's not all doom and gloom. Dr. Dumitriu emphasizes that it is not too late to undo the damage that has been done to these impressionable young brains. Because this is such an early stage in development, there are many opportunities to intervene and get these newborns on the proper track. Parents may undoubtedly assist in preventing any trouble down the line by chatting, singing, playing, and connecting with their children, as well as finding safe ways to get them out of the house more often. The problem is that, lately, public health czars haven't been too keen on removing children from their homes. It's difficult to have faith in public health's ability to get these babies back on track. Without a doubt, research into the pandemic's impact on children will continue, with results drip-fed to us as the years pass. Only the magnitude and scope of the destruction, as well as the length of the scars left behind, will be surprising. All of this has been dubbed the cost of COVID by some. However, COVID is a respiratory condition that has never posed a concern to most young people. This is the price of COVID restrictions, the price of COVID politics, for them. This is the price of terror. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel.